Just one photo of me standing next to the mayor's son, and the whole internet turned against me. I didn't sleep with him, I whispered. I only stood next to him. But in America, in New York, in this brutal age of screens and shadows, sometimes that's all it takes. The first time I met Eli Camden, it was during a press internship I didn't even want. I was 22, freshly graduated, and unbonded Omega pretending to be a beta, because it was easier because people respected betas more in newsrooms, or at least didn't look at you like you were a walking scent gland. The mayor's son, tall, blonde, with that Ivy League jawline and political grin, had no business looking my way. And yet, he did. Often. Too often. Eli was everything I wasn't. Polished, privileged, pre-assigned to greatness like he had a VIP pass to life. His father ran New York like a dynasty. I ran coffee orders and spell-checked headlines. We only spoke once, really spoke, on the rooftop of City Hall during a budget announcement. I was hiding from the unbearable heat of the press corps. He was hiding from his father's speech. I don't think I want to be him, he said without looking at me. I blinked. The mayor. He nodded. I didn't laugh, though my instincts said I should. I looked at him instead. So what do you want to be? He met my eyes. Really met them. Yours. Stupid line. I still remember the way it landed in my chest like thunder. We never kissed. We never touched. We never even exchanged numbers. But someone, somewhere, with a long lens camera and no sense of decency, captured that exact moment we stood together too close, too unguarded, too obviously not just colleagues. By nightfall, I was trending. Omega traps mayor's Sun City in uproar. Pheromone scandal. Is the mayor's heir secretly bonding? They called me a seducer, a liar, a fame-hungry manipulator. My apartment door was spray-painted. My inbox was a graveyard of job rejections. My name was blacklisted before I could even begin. Eli didn't say a word. Not to the press. Not to me. Not when I cried in my studio apartment with the blinds closed. Not when I sold my phone for rent money. Not when I vanished from the internet like a ghost in my own life. But the universe has a way of dragging back the broken. 6 months later, I was flipping omelets in Brooklyn, wearing a name tag that said, Matt, when he walked in. Same jawline, same grin. But his eyes had a story in them now. Something softer, sadder. You disappeared, he said like it hurt. I stared at the pan. You didn't. I wasn't allowed to. You're a grown man. He flinched. The breakfast crowd didn't know who he was, or maybe they didn't care. But I did. I cared so much it made me hate him. I tried to reach you, he said. You didn't try hard enough. Silence stretched like melted cheese on the grill. Then he said, come with me. I laughed. Out loud. To what? A press conference? A rehab center for political queers? No, his voice cracked. To Vermont. I stared. Vermont. My family has a cabin. No Wi-Fi. No headlines. No rules. I have a job. He looked around. Do you? I threw my apron on the counter. We drove through the night. It wasn't romantic. Not at first. I was angry. He was guilty. We slept in separate rooms for 3 days. But one morning, I woke up to the smell of pancakes and saw him outside chopping wood. Shirtless, hair messy, cheeks flushed like he was a real human being and not a magazine cover. I walked out, barefoot, and said, so what now? He turned. You tell me. I don't know if it was the way he said it, or the way the sky looked so painfully blue behind him, but I walked right up and kissed him. There were no fireworks, just warmth, steady, certain, familiar. We didn't leave for 2 months. Eli quit politics, said it felt like lying. I started freelancing under a pen name, said it felt like breathing. But peace doesn't last long when the world's addicted to chaos. The press found us eventually. Drones, helicopters, screaming headlines. Runaway mayor's son hiding with Omega lover. Bonding scandal unregistered pair defy system. They knocked on our doors. Camped outside our windows. They asked me if I'd marked him. I hadn't. Yet. They asked him if he was under the influence. He wasn't. Never had been. They offered money. threats, bribes, redemption. We said no. And then something strange happened. People started listening. Not the ones who wrote for tabloids, but the quiet ones. The ones who felt like us. Trapped, misnamed, mislabeled, misjudged. They started writing back. Omega boys in Tennessee. Beta kids in Kansas. Alphas in hiding in Harlem. I see you. I'm you. Thank you. Eli didn't just stop running, he started talking. He held his own press conference. No father. No suit. No PR manager. Just him. And me. Standing behind him. My name is Eli Camden. I'm not who you want me to be. I'm in love with someone you told me I shouldn't be. And I'm not sorry. The video went viral. Some people screamed. Some people sent death threats. But some people, millions, applauded. We didn't change the world. Not really. But we cracked something. Just enough. And then, on a morning as quiet as a secret, we bonded. No ceremony. No perfume. No contract. Just a mark behind his ear. And tears in both our eyes. We still fight. We still hide. We still live in a world that doesn't always want us. But now, when they search my name, they don't find just that photo. They find the rest of the story. The one I'm still writing. With him. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.